Talk about Jorge and what he does for this ball club. Here's a guy, and we were joking with him when we had him on because at the beginning of the year, if he didn't get a hit and an RBI in a game, people got disappointed with the streak that he had. Very capable of going on a tear offensively. He can actually carry a lineup offensively. You don't need that with what you have in the middle of your batting order, but talk about what he adds to your offensive side of the things.
Well, we've got a young first baseman, a left-handed hitting first baseman, and Mitch Moreland that we just called up right before the deadline. So he's only had 3 or 4 big league games. Jorge's a guy that he's got an established track record. Goes in there, we're not looking at him to hit 3, 4, 5 for us, but can sit in the 6, 7 holes and get some big hits for you. Unbelievable character references and recommendations on his makeup from guys that have managed him, guys that have played with him, coached with him, etc. And he can play some first, he can play some third. If Wash wants to DH Michael or give Michael Young a day off, gives us some versatility. We've been really left-handed heavy there at first base, and I think those late lefties have been giving us some problems, whether it was Davis or Smoke. We've got a few young players over there at first, and Jorge gives us kind of a veteran right-hand bat that we've been looking at all year.
Ian Kinsler goes on the disabled list. I'd like an update, if you would, on his injury. Then you turn around, you make the deal for Cristian Guzman. Talk about how the money changed hands in the Guzman deal, and if the Guzman deal is any indication that maybe Kinsler's injury is more serious than we thought.
Guzman's a guy that we looked at back in spring training. We were looking for a utility player. Obviously, he's an established everyday player. We were thinking, could we bring him on and in a kind of a versatile bench capacity and move him around first, second, short, third. He's even played some right this year. And the deal just didn't materialize at the time. Washington had him for an everyday role there, and we stayed on it. Kind of re-engaged a few weeks ago before Kinsler was out, and then the deal picked up steam in the last week or so leading up to the deadline. I think from our perspective, we did, with Ian out, we did have a little bit extra, reason to go out and get Cristian, but we probably would have made the move regardless. We just wanted to give Wash as deep and versatile a bench as possible, so whether, Jorge's starting at first or Moreland is, or, Guzman's starting at second, or he's giving Elvis a day at short, we've got right, left, switch hitters on the bench, guys that can play different spots, and we really haven't had that deep of a club before. To where, day game after a night game, Wash can give one of the, whether it's Josh or Vladdy or Michael or Ian, give one of these guys a day off. Ian's injury right now, he's got the strained groin. It's been a little bit of a nagging deal for him. He wanted to continue to play and stay active, but our medical staff felt it was probably best to shut him down and get this thing right.